are a retail outlet for local crafters and artists. Everything in the store is locally made with the exception of a fair trade section. We have some fair trade items and some organic foods that we carry in the back. But even some of our organic foods are locally made. The ability for a community to sustain itself without need to ship in products from outside of its immediate area. I'd say maybe a 50-mile radius at the most. Ecotourism would be a destination type spot where you would go to have vacations yet make an environmentally sound impact on the area that you're going to, or that the event that you are partaking in does not make a negative environmental impact on its area. We do not ship. We do not ship in, we do not ship out. Oh, absolutely. Because we only sell locally made products. I should have done the breakdown for you, but I did not. I know that the Lavender Hills is in Shepherdstown. Black Hills Farm is Shepherdstown. The jewelry right there, the necklaces, she's in Shepherdstown. The rugs are in Shepherdstown. Those pillows, all the 2 different vendors, they're all Shepherdstown. And that's just Shepherdstown. We have also, I have vendors from Harper's Ferry, from Charlestown, from just over the river at Keedysville and Boonesboro. So whenever somebody buys something from the local source, they're also buying from another neighbor. So it's 2 treats in one. I can see that, yes, especially if we get the riverfront revitalization done. Right now, I think people come to Shepherdstown as a destination due to its history. But in regards to ecotourism, if we have the riverfront revitalized, then maybe we could get more, rafting trips, or maybe biologists giving eco-tours, that kind of thing, up and down our river. I know a lot of people come in here who are visiting on the canal, which is the Maryland side, but it still impacts Shepherdstown. Encourages and respects the local culture. Because we are such a artistic town, my store gives an outlet for people to express their creativity. I am not the kind of store where I need 100 of this, that, or the other thing every 3 weeks or so. I tell people, I don't care if you make 1 or you make 200, bring it in, I'll sell it for you. So it would encourage. I have a young man who ties flies next door. He learned to tie flies at Kelly's White Fly, and he turns them into earrings and sells them in here. He's only 10 years old. So that's encouraging not only his creativity, but his entrepreneurship. I offer that allows others to indulge in our local culture, our local music. I have music over here. We are blessed in this town with our musicians. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 that I see off the top of my head. And that's different bands, not just different CDs. And that's only the tip of the iceberg. I really, really want to be able to specialize in our local music, because that's my passion. I think we oftentimes have a lot of little groups doing the same thing, and they don't always know about the other groups in order to cross-market each other or cross-reference each other. So something like that, where you're maybe a clearinghouse of information type thing, that would be fabulous, yeah. These are the soaps. They're made right over the river in Keedysville. These little soap ditty bags are made right here in are they Shepherdstown or are they Charlestown? But they're here in the county. This is Lavender Hills Farm. She's a young woman who went to college here at Shepherd University and stayed, and now creates holistic, organic. She grows all her own herbs and creates it completely from scratch. This woman here lives just a block away. She creates soaps for me and eye bags, which I'm out of. Let's see. This woman here is out of Frederick, created a body scrub, all her own. Neil Super's Woodworks, he's right here in Shepherdstown. Joy Variety Pottery, she's in Shenandoah Junction. These carvings are out of leftover wood, so they're, you know, he doesn't cut trees down or anything. He carves all these with a chainsaw. He's out of Berkeley Springs. My knitted hats, she is out of Carneysville. Let's see, my hand-painted ornaments here, they are out of Shepherdstown. These prints are an artist who lives right here in Shepherdstown. Recycled plastic makes these really adorable sun catchers. She's out of Shepherdstown. The candles, Millhouse Beeswax candles. She is right over the river in Keedysville. My Jams and Jellies, they are a family-owned business, not too far, maybe about 50 miles away, which again is about the outer edge of you know, what I would call sustainable. A knitter, Joe's Greatest Knits. She makes all kinds of knitted goods. Here in my Dream Catchers, she is Wind Spirit out of Berkeley Springs, about 20 miles up the road. Moulin Tea, he's a local entrepreneur right here in Shepherdstown again. A local chef, Alyssa Cleveland, Easy as Pie. She makes these sauces and stuff. And honey, raw honey by Mike Austin, Duchess Apiary, again right here in Shepherdstown. So you can see that most of it is even uber local, for lack of a better word, you know, not just within my 50-mile radius. Let's see, what else do we have? This is kind of some of my eco-friendly areas. I have recycled papers under here, recycled notebooks, some hemp twine. For the students, you know, I have pens and rulers and stuff, all made out of recycled materials. I get seeds from a program, I can't remember the name of the program off the top of my head, but oftentimes seed manufacturers at the end of the year just throw them away because they don't sell them and they write it off. So there's a program that saves the seeds and I give them away for free. Let's see. Here again is our local musicians. You can see I have a very full rack of local musicians here. All fabulous, every tag on one of them. The Snowflake's right here, carved right here in Shepherdstown. She is out of Knoxville, right on the other side, on the Maryland side in Harpers Ferry. Some of my eco-friendly products, fair trade products. I have some jewelry from a young man out of the Yucatan in Mexico. Makes these geodes and these necklaces. And I deal directly with that artist, not a fair trade co-op. Fair trade, these are out of, I believe, Peru. I have some prayer flag, recycled paper, note tag, bookmarks, and little prayer books to write your prayers in. Most of this over here is my fair trade section. And we believe in fair trade because then we know that the artists throughout the world are being paid their fair share of what they create. These are not mass produced in a factory in China. If anything you do see in here says made in China, you know it's fair trade. Let's see. I have my instruments down here that are very popular. All local artists. These are the flies that I told you the young man ties the fishing lures and makes them into earrings. And one of my favorite pieces, I had a local graphic designer. I asked her to make me a t-shirt that encompasses the fun that is Shepherdstown, and she came up with this design, so she's a local graphic designer. Love this shirt. I have over here, these are fair trade doggy toys. I bought out a young man's supply of calendars to benefit the Humane Society of Berkeley County. Just Ducky Designs, she's in Carneysville, her adorable little monsters and lambs. I'm almost out of those, gotta get another shipment. These are wood carvings that Mike Austin does and turns into note cards. That's the Thomas Shepard gristmill right there. I have the cards that Mason does as a part of his art therapy, recovery from a brain injury. And fair trade chocolate. I don't keep that chocolate, the natives get restless. Let's see, this is a young woman, a young student at the college. She's also my neighbor, graphic design student. Even the note cards are out of Martinsburg. The man who creates these postcards is out of Martinsburg. So there you have it. One of the other things we do here at the local source is we encourage recycling from our community. And one of the things that we understand is if you make it easy, the easier you make it for people to recycle, the more likely they are to recycle. And most of the we reuse versus even recycle. I take egg cartons from the community and they go to some of the farmers or the CSAs. In the spring also berry baskets are in high demand. I can recycle candles. There's a young woman who makes candles out of the recycled wax. There are also sculptors who use them to make the negative impressions when they're doing their sculpting. Nylons are used in the soap making process. One of my soap makers takes those. Recycled denim. A lot of people do crafting out of denim, but when I have enough denim, insulation can be made out of it. And this is actually fire retardant as well. So that's what the denim goes to. Recycled phones go to a local women's shelter. Ink cartridges help offset the cost of my recycling because this does take up room where I could be displaying product. And some of the things, if I ship them back, that costs me as well. So I take the recycled ink cartridges and use, buy my ink and my paper that I need for my business. Bubble wrap and packing peanuts. Some of our pottery makers come and get that to use for their shipping. I take your bows and your gift bags and reuse those. People come in often and just take those to reuse them. Wine corks. I have a crafter who comes in and is constantly taking my wine corks. It's a little upset if we're not drinking enough. What else is back here? I take batteries and make sure that they are disposed of properly. I take all batteries. Any battery you can bring me, I'll be able to get it disposed of properly. And every now and then we do a big recycling drive for things like computer components and TVs, things like that. We'll do that at least twice a year. And the Jefferson County Solid Waste Authority works with us on that.